What's your name?
Kaylee
And I'm
fucking
Ashley.
Olive.
So, I am super delayed today, and that's because I had a lot of things to do.
Because I love day one.
Okay. I had to do laundry and things like that, so I already started up the cooking. So we'll get into the kitchen a little bit. I just wanted to start it off.
Yeah, because we're about to eat. That's why.
As y'all can see, y'all gonna see who's the star of the show, and it's not gonna be me.
Yeah, because duh. I need to put the diaper
Don't
on
mind her hair. She's been doing the most all morning or afternoon. So I'll
Mommy,
be transitioning
can
into
you-
the kitchen.
Mommy, can you help me?
Nigga, what you running to?
My real
Ain't you supposed to be getting the ice out so we can...
My real
Get out! You said get the ice out. You ain't good for shit.
Mommy, you won't give me my real scissors. Mom, you won't give me my real scissors.
Oh, you talking about that one?
Show me ice in there. I told the chef we was drinking with no ice cream. She had long iced tea. She had a long iced tea without no ice. I said, And then gonna come back, it wasn't strong. I said, oh, see, I can't drink it a long iced tea. You so long.
I mean, yeah.
My ice is milky. You gotta look each other in the eye to take a shot. You get 7 years and that's it. That's all I do. You don't want it when you finally get it. It's up. What's that? What's that TikTok saying? Yeah, what you said? That bitch ain't all that. I was mad.
That bitch regular. I was bucked up off that bitch. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
It's nice and easy.
Solamente aquí en Televisa Canal.
What the fuck is this? Why you gotta call our eyelashes up there?
Bro, that's Sierra. That's not mine. And I just never forgot. I never took them shit out. So basically, this is what Rotel is. It's like a damn nacho dip, guys. Basically, and that's why I add the big ass shrimps and stuff.
Did you?
Okay, so I had to redo the whole segment. One, because it felt weird talking in front of people and not talking directly to them. Two, copyrights for the music. I have to figure out how to like do that shit or whatever. On another note, I did make Rotel. So if you don't know what Rotel is, it's pretty much ground beef, Velveeta cheese. It's this can literally called Rotel that you put in it. And that's it. And then you just like pre-cook the meat, melt down the cheese, and then you put the rotel in it. Me personally, I add trim to it, which I put in my little YouTube shorts. I don't know if y'all seen that, but yeah, it was just a lot yesterday. So yeah. On another note, so one question that I got yesterday was, what is my goal for my YouTube channel? Honestly, for right now, it's just to get like myself out there, to see like where it'll take me, like just starting up, because I'm not very good. Like, I could talk to people, but I hate my voice, if that makes sense. Completely hate my voice. I'm really bad with eye contact, so you'll see me looking down or looking away a lot. I don't like looking at people. That shit is weird, at least to me. I'm not comfortable. Let me not say it's not weird, I'm just not comfortable. Another goal is just like to get a lot of people's mindset and like show different, you know, views of life and how I personally see it. And then like, I guess eventually when I do the group discussions, you'll see like everybody else's mindset and things like that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If it grows, it grows. If it doesn't, well, I tried. Let's see. Where do I see myself in 5 years? Honestly, as of right now, usually I'm a person who goes for like big goals and like plan ahead and stuff. Right now, I'm just living for now, because I used to plan ahead a lot and it didn't really work in my favor in a sense. But in 5 years, I do want to have, I'll be 30. Yeah, so 30. Yikes. By the time I'm 30, I would say definitely a different career path. Hopefully, you know, if things are properly done, I could like start buying a house or something, just something small like that. I do want to have another kid within the next 5 years. I do want, you know, a better job, better like everything, another car, better payment and shit. Because if you know, in Texas pays. We're not gonna talk about it, but yeah, that's, I guess in 5 years, just settled and happy and content with life. Let me not say settled, because people settle too often. I want to be in a better state of mind, where I don't have to worry about too much. I guess that's one thing. Better mental health, better health in general. Just living life for me, I guess. We'll say it like that. My favorite thing about being a mom, honestly, I would have to say it's the learning process. A lot of people jump into being a mom and they're just like, well, I know how to do this, I know how to do that. We tend to not pay attention to what our, you know, elders say, or like people who've been parents or things like that. And I get it. You don't always want to hear like everybody else's opinions, or you don't want to hear like, let's say if somebody be like, oh, you should do it this way or that way, you're just very how do I say it? Don't knock it till you try it, I would say. Like, I know everybody has their own way of parenting and things like that, but I feel like certain things that the old people say, you should listen to. Other things you have to figure it out on your own. Like, personally, I've been doing this almost 5 years, so I would say I have taken in some things that people say, and other things I just look at them like, you know, at the end of the day, this is my kid, so I'm gonna, I guess, say raise her how I want to raise her. Like, there's a lot of things that I do personally that people would be like, I would never let my kid do that. Your kid's gonna do it anyways behind your back. So that's one thing I would say is definitely learning with my kid. learning and growing with Faye. Because we're learning and growing together. Considering like I had to do everything by myself and things like that. So I say take it day by day. Every year it's going to be a different obstacle. It's going to be something else that you learn within your kid itself, and it's definitely something that, you know, it's frustrating. It is very frustrating as a parent. Not even if you're just doing it by yourself, just as a parent in general, because kids change. Kids change a lot. It's just a learning process. You day by day and just learn and listen to your kid. That's one thing I would say. Pay attention to your kids, listen to your kids. One thing that I noticed that I wasn't doing was paying Faye enough attention, so she would act out, and that's when she knew, like, okay, mom's gonna pay attention if I do this dumb shit and things like that. So it's a learning process, but Faye thing is definitely learning, because I know I don't like to learn shit, and I've been learning a lot just dealing with, especially now that we moved and it's just me and her. I have been learning a lot more, and like having patience and things like that. That's really it, because being a mom is ghetto. 1 out of 10. I'm fucking with y'all. Nah, but it's just a lot. It's a lot. You definitely have to learn. Something or someone who inspires me, I would have to say myself. Definitely myself. I feel like I've had to push myself a lot, and I definitely have to say I'm sorry to the younger me, because I let a lot of things slide that I shouldn't have slide. But I would also say to my younger self that I'm proud that you're still here. Definitely have to say I'm proud that you're still here. Because if you know, you know. If you don't, you probably got the gist of it. But proud to say that I'm still here, and that I didn't give up when I wanted to. So I would have to say I definitely inspire myself. What else would it be? I would have to say my mom too. My parents, my siblings. Like, my parents aren't the type to give up. Well, they never gave up, honestly. Like, it was a lot they had to each endure and things like that. So definitely that. My parents, my oldest sister is like a parent to me. So kudos to her. Still a dipshit, but kudos to her. Yeah, we've all strived through a lot and continue to push forward no matter what is thrown to us and things like that. So yeah, I guess parents, siblings, myself. How did I find out I was pregnant and my reactions? Okay, so that alone was weird, because I was 20. I had went to Pennsylvania. That's where her father lived at the time. And, you know, 20, out of living with my mom, did what we did, whatever. But I didn't notice, because I literally came back. I was there, I think, the weekend. And I had came back and I celebrated my birthday. And I was like off my ass. Everybody who I was cool with in high school was there. We was drunk, wasted, and all types of shit. And I think it was like the following week, my mom had got her menstrual cycle, and we were always in sync. Always in sync. And she just looked at me and she was like, you didn't ask me for pads this week. And I'm just like, that's not funny. Then I didn't, like, you know how you used to be like, oh, it's nothing, it's probably late. So that's what I thought it was. So I'm like, it's shit just probably late. Time kept going by, no cycle. So I'm just like, okay, still late. Not trying to think nothing. I'm 20, just started living life. So I'm just like, that's not that. It can't be that. I was being a little fast ass or whatever, but bitch, it couldn't be that. I didn't want it to be. I did, but I didn't, if that makes sense. Like, if I was like, well, I've been with this man for 4 years, so I'm like, fuck it. But if it's not, we done had scares prior, so I'm just like, it is what it is. Long story short, it was one day that I sat there and I finally took a test. And I just sat in the bathroom waiting. You know, I would do 2-3 minutes or whatever. So I was sitting there waiting, and then the test results finally came, and I was just like, stay psych right now. Because that's, no. I was excited. I would say I was excited, but at the same time, I was just like, well, I'm only 20, and I still live with my mom, so how's this going to work out? And if you're in a Spanish household, parents are very strict until you get out of their household, so it's follow their rules, do as they say, all that other good stuff that nobody cares to do, but we have to do anyways to respect them. But I would say that I was afraid to tell my parents. I was excited. I ended up telling her father. He was excited, and I called his cousin at the time. Yeah, me and his cousin were very close at the time, so she was the first person I actually called and told, like, hey bitch, I'm pregnant. And she was just like, she was screaming on the phone, excited, da-da-da. So it was just like, really, I was excited. When I told my mom, I had a very ghetto reaction from her. Good sis, when I told her and she went in the room and closed the door on me, I was just like, oh, okay. The next day she came out the room like, she was the happiest woman in the world. Like, yes, I'm about to be a grandma. So I was just like, it was like a lot of mixed emotions in a sense. But I was excited and afraid because, like, am I really ready to be a parent? Or it's just like, am I just excited for the moment? So it was like I was raising kids and dealing with kids all the time anyways. If you know, I was walking around with 9 kids at one time. So it was very ghetto. My siblings, my cousins, just so my aunt and my mom could work properly and things like that. And I would take them with me everywhere. But I did not tell my dad. I did not break the ice to him. I was afraid of that man. And when they finally, I think Jenny told him, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Jenny told him because she was excited. Can I tell him? It was very ghetto. Let's just say that. So I would say it was like a bittersweet moment. He wasn't too happy, but eventually he got over it. And the first time he actually met Faye, she was almost 1, right before her first birthday. And he had came out back to New York when I was pregnant at the time too, during the summertime. So that was that. That's the pregnancy thing. Yeah, ghetto. I'll touch bases on like being pregnant and stuff on another segment. That's gonna probably be a longer segment considering like it was a lot that I did go through. And it's another reason why I high-key am not too sure if I ever want to get pregnant again or ever want like a second kid. But yeah. Another question I had was, what is my favorite thing to do with Faye as a parent? Right now it would have to be cooking. She likes to get into the kitchen. She likes to cook. Yeah, we cook together. We've learned to actually have conversation a lot now. So when she's going through something or like she's just having a bad day, she'll let me know like, hey mom, I'm having a bad day, or today wasn't a good day, and we'll speak on it. Like I let her speak her emotions. If she has to curse, I let her curse it out. Of course she asks permission to curse first, doesn't just curse. But we communicate better now than we did before, because before I wasn't really noticing that, you know, she needed communication. I was just like, well, she's a kid, she doesn't need to talk that fucking often anyways. But now that we're in our own home, I'm like, okay, it's just me and her. and she was acting out a lot, so I had to start properly communicating with her to figure out like what was actually going on, so it can actually work out for us. So cooking and communicating has to be my favorite thing that I do with Faye. And if you ever hear Faye talk, you would be like, is she 4 for real? And everybody thinks she's older, but she communicates properly. We talk a lot. So yeah. Okay, so for those asking, I am 25. I'm a Pisces. I ain't giving no birthdays. I'm a Pisces. That's it. That's all. Faye is 4, turning 5. She's a Scorpio. That's all I'm gonna say. We're currently getting our lives together. It's a lot that I have planned out for us for the near future and things like that. It's a lot that I want to actually get done before the year is up, and I'm actually like setting my goals and stuff and doing it. Thank the heavens, I'm finally getting my life together. It is a lot of work and it is hard because I'm, by myself with Faye. I do have a lot of help from like everybody around, including my sisters that live here, my dad's wife, my boyfriend, his family. It's a lot of help that I do have. I do have a village out here that's helping me with her and just with myself as well, because it's days where I am down and out and I could call any single one of them and be like, hey, like, I need y'all to take Faye, or like I need help, or just to talk or stuff like that. I am the second oldest of 7 girls. It's 2 Pisces, 1 Aries. Woo, I said that wrong. It's 3 Pisces, 1 Aries, 2 Libras, and then a fucking Virgo. Just let that settle in. 3 Pisces, a fucking Aries, a fucking Virgo, and fucking Libras. 2 Libras. I currently live in Houston with 2 of the 7 sisters. My other sisters are all in New York. So, yeah. Live with 2. Not live physically with 2 of them, but out here with 2 of them. And then the other 4 are in New York. I'll put them in another video and show them off. As of right now, I don't want to. I just don't have time. But so there's a 7. My mom is still in New York with my other sisters. I'm the only one from mother and father that are out here. Let's see. Currently at work. So I'm trying to get this shit done before my break is over. What is there really to know about me? I'm into photography. I have or had a photography page. I'm not too sure if I deleted it or not. I think I signed in by accident in the process of deleting. So if it is still up, I'll probably put that in the bio or some shit too. I used to dance from the age of 5 to like 18, 17. Yeah, I was in the New York American Ballet, some shit like that, right next to Juilliard in Manhattan, from the age of 7 to like 13. So pretty much 2nd grade, 3rd grade. Yeah, from then till the 6th grade. Then from 6th grade, I was getting bullied in that shit. It's another segment. So I quit. And then from there, I went to a dance program, and I was there until pretty much, I think I was 17, 18. So yeah, I'll probably put up one of my YouTube segments when I was in, like, I forgot what grade I was in, but we went into composition. I was like this, I look weird, that's what I'm saying, but I'll put that up eventually as part of it. I'll show that as well. But yeah, I've been dancing my whole life. My dad always saw like big potential in that, and I never took it seriously, unfortunately. I should have, but you know, everybody grows up. You can't control what your kids do and things like that. Yeah, that's really much photography, dancing, cooking now. I like to try new things. Baking. I love to bake. I'm like somebody's grandmother at heart. I'm very big into like meditation and things like that. Like being grounded and learning those things, which actually has been helping with my mental state, and it gives me a lot more patience than I had growing up. Like learning yourself and things like that. So we'll touch base on that on another day. I'll show you guys my crystals, all that stuff. So yeah. But yeah, guys, thanks for coming to Sunday Digest, even though it's Monday night and you're probably not gonna watch this until Tuesday. But yeah, I love you guys.
Duh, because you like this, but I don't like this because we don't like to be here because I want to go get my grandma cookies so bad, but she won't. So, Michelle,
Yo, y'all bye.
because